Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new series of the Challenger kind. We are here for the Season 1 opener of the Challenger series at Daytona. I will just say right now, it was a fun race to cover. I was having a ball during you can actually watch the entire broadcast, of course, on our official YouTube right here, but you can watch the entire broadcast. I was having so much fun during this. So I do want to just say, if you don't want to get spoiled, this was probably, I'll just say, if you don't want to get spoiled on who won or how close it was, turn off now, watch this video. Alright, so if you're still here, that means you don't care. This race, I will admit, was a bit of a caution fest. It was a bit of a caution fest, but at the same time, there was some good racing at different parts of the race. Like, Stage 2, phenomenal stuff. Stage 1, especially on the start here. I'm going to let this just play out as I talk. Piper got the pole here, of course. Pied Piper, known for being the Pied Piper on restrictor plates. But Slaver, brand new to the series, I don't know what happened right there. But, that was... I was dying when that happened. I'm just like, oh hell, what's going on? So, essentially, that kind of sets the tone for the entire race. It is basically the restarts are going to be a little wonky, I will say. So essentially, it's just all about track position. But as you can see right here, if you guys can get past the restarts, and I don't know why, if you missed a shift or if it was on automatic or what happened, but this is actually what can happen. I will say, we're on board with Gio right here, who basically has a nice spot. Of course, if you're unfamiliar with how Challenger works, Challenger Series is the series where no matter what division you're in, you could be in Cup, you could be in Sportsman, you can come here and race. There is no restrictions on who can race and who can't. So because of that, you see like Story Square right here. You see Story Square. You see like Tomboy. Hunty technically was supposed to be in here, but you also see like Cyber in here, Agent Orange, like all of these guys. And there's also some that are just exclusive to this series, like Long Live the Sauce. Sleever is also exclusive to this series. You also have a Monster Racing, who was exclusive, but then also moved on up. Moved on up to Sportsman as well to take that as well. So yeah, these guys definitely know what they're doing. See, like as long as you guys get past the restarts, it was phenomenal racing. But essentially, it was all about track position and timing your runs. You can see that as Jordan Judge is kind of following right now. People are trying to go around, but sometimes you just kind of give up the bottom, and just like that, that's just how quickly you can actually lose some time. I also will say that lag was a huge thing for this race. I will not sugarcoat it. The servers took a dump during this race. You can actually see that it actually negatively affected some. The two of Baronet right here, he wasn't lagging at all the previous day at Mid-Ohio. Then suddenly today, oh my god, you could not even tell where he is at. So essentially, it was the bane of some drivers' existence. But yeah, essentially, as we kind of see right now, it's just like I said, a battle for track position. But Stage 1, essentially, we know with some cautions being mixed in, there is a lot of moving and grooving. Look at that, the 9 of Worst caught, but then he just doors the 21. But look at that side by side, almost 3 wide up here. That is insane racing from these guys. And actually, if we skip to our Stage 1 end right here, you can actually see that people, it's raring to go. The field is ready to schmoove This is coming to the white flag in the stage. So I'm just going to kind of let it play out as I talk. You just saw it right there. The 3 of Cyber is actually our first DNF of this race. Super unfortunate from him. I was told that he had his just cord unplugged, and just like that, he kind of his race 1 Daytona dream for Challenger did not end the way that he wanted it to. But this is 1 to go here in this stage. This is stage 1, and the 48, that is Jagger being kicked up, and you can see that Brandon B. Right, but the 9 of Worst Cod, the 19 of Agent Orange, 37 of Pied Piper, it's all coming down to the checkered. Oh, actually, I apologize. That was 2 to go. We're gonna kind of skip to the white flag. Here we go. My bad. But yeah, it is. You have a lot of different moves, and then you have the. Oh my god, I cannot count my laps. Now this is the white flag. I swear. So as the 37 is still leading. There we go. The 47 gets kicked out of line. Thankfully, though, he gets let back in by the 48. And just like that, you have the 19 trying to build a run, but it is all chaos back here. They're kind of bouncing each other all the way which way, and just like that, the 77 actually goes below the yellow line. He gets docked. Now, that was for the final stage point. He gets docked that, and UK gets it, who was the 8. The 77 went below the yellow line, but the 37 of Piper takes the stage 1 victory. Excellent job from them. Stage 2 is very different. No cautions throughout this entire stage. There were still some incidents, though, and because of that, these guys were looking to save fuel. There's a lot of guys here that essentially drop into the back of the pack. The 88 did the same thing. Unfortunately, the 24 had an incident. Again, like I said, incidents were still a thing, but they did not bring out a caution. And with that, the 24 kind of gets left out right there, but kind of skipping on around. You can see that as people are starting to save, you can really tell by the people saving and just how much of a gap they leave between each other. Here's Long Live the Sauce in the 12, and how much of a gap he's leaving between the 19, the 66 of Geo behind, and how much of a gap he's leaving to him. So on and so forth. But the leader of this, Pied Piper, he led the most laps, by the way. Definite MVP of the race. Unfortunately from him, with him leading, he's kind of by himself. So you can see that right there. This front pack starts dwindling and dwindling. The 88 has found his way up here. The same thing with the 48 of Jagger right here. So we're going to see what they can do. But, spoiler alert, they have to pit. I think it's actually this lap, now that I think about it. We're going to see them turn hard left. Yes, they do. See, I got that right. I had my time stamped. I guess I just missed it the first time around. But now the 88, he's trying not to lead. That's what's going on. That's why he was running the top side right there. He was... the 9 coming on in. I'm sorry, but with that, I was having a ball during this. Don't get me wrong, I was having a blast. But actually, the 88 here is actually the leader of the race currently. Tomboy is doing a great job. The 51, unfortunately, will have to make his pit stop here, and just like that, you can actually see that. The 88, the 47 was going to go a lap down, but the 88 takes the stage 2 victory. Story Square unfortunately lags on out. Same thing with the 2 back there. You could have seen him, but the 19 of Agent Orange. Look, I'm just going to hold on to this. Here comes the rest of the pack. The 18, the 37 and the 48 are good to go. The 1, they're battling. These are for stage points, but you can see the 12. Oh my god, so close. The 21, sorry. And the 21 and the the 19 were out of fuel, but they crossed the line before them, and that was stage 2. Stage 3 is actually very simple. There was some cautions that kind of spread up, so essentially it was all amount of just making sure you get the track position. Some had it, some didn't. Long Live the Sauce was actually the majority leader throughout this run, but so what we're going to do is we're just going to skip to the end here. So let's see. It's right here is a good spot for it. So right here, you can actually see that Jagger is actually leading. 95 Justin Shackett is looking to hold on. So as we kind of move forward, just how close this race was. Oh, the 21 and the 3. Kind of the C's part for the 77 right here. And essentially what I'm gonna get, what I'm trying to get at is the 95 gets shuffled on out of this top spot. There is a lot of commotion in the back right there. It did actually bring out a yellow, so I apologize for that. We're going to be starting right here. That was, I do believe, the final restart, and you do not want to be on the outside during the final restart. So here we go. So this is overtime right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the 19 has it, the 12 all on the bottom lane, the 8 as well. The 1, I should mention, is going to be a factor. He is right there. Keep in mind, fifth on the bottom right there, and we're going to see how this is going to roll on out. So, the 19 makes the move. He dives back down low. The 12 kind of follows, but the 48 hits the 19 again. Now, from our perspective, it looks different. From Jagger's perspective, it looks different. And the 19 perspective, it looks different. That's just how much of the server lag that was going on. But don't let that confuse you. While this is going on down low, look what's happening up here. The 8 and the 1. Mopawa teammates shooting around. So let's kind of rewind here for a hot second. So coming off a 2, the 48 goes behind the 19. The 12 goes on through. Here is the 8 right here. And the 1 is right here. So they make the move. They're trying to just avoid. The 8 is already side by side, and the 48 is still trying to block the bottom. The Ghost has already been given up, and here we go. There's a wreck back there. The 1 goes for the move, just like the real Daytona 500, and at this moment, the caution comes out. Now, the game, it looks like the 1's actually in the lead, but the game registers UK as the leader. At the moment of caution, UK punches his ticket to the playoffs. Insane. Monster. I don't know how close, exactly how close the finish was, but this for sure is the closest finish that we have seen in Millennium in all of its history. The closest finish. So with that, here are the results actually. Of course, with stages, the points are actually a little bit mixed up, but here are our stage winners here in 11th and 15th. And then back here, the rest of the field here had the DNFs of Story Square, Baronet, and Cyber, like I said. And much like that, our points are very clear cut actually. With stages and all, UK basically having the best of the rest. He's already in. As long as he makes the minimum race requirements, he is good to go. Does not have to worry about it. And keep in mind, there's only 8 drivers that will make the playoffs, and then cut to 6, then cut to the top 4, much like it has been in Season 0. But look at this cut line. No separation, literally, at all between this. And of course, it's just race 1, so it's expected. But there's a bunch of heavy hitters down here. Cyber's down here. Story Square is down here. We have Jordan Jauja, Bass, Brandon. A lot of these guys down here looking to get up. And plus, we're missing 2 drivers. RS Meatwagon and Hunty. 2 of the final 4 contenders from Season 0 did not even show up for this race. So, who's to say how much this top 8 will shuffle as we go through the run? Out of everyone that made the playoffs in Season 0, the playoffs, 1, 2, 3 are currently in it. Insane. So much like that, stats are pretty clear cut. I mean, like I said, it's race 1 of the season, and then team points are the big one. Rambo actually, being the only driver for Hurlbut Motorsports, got it. Let's actually show where he finished in terms of averages. Of course, this is the biggest thing to look at here. The biggest things to look at is in terms of averages. That's how the team points work. So essentially, you have your team, and then you combine their average. So they say like first, second, third, fourth, average amount out. So 1 plus 2, 3, plus 3, 6, and then plus 4, 10. Divided by 4, that's your average finish. Then you can just compare that to the rest of the drivers. Rambo finished P7. He had the best out of all of them. GMI. Now, of course, GMI. This is just with Gio, because remember, if you watch the Fastlane, GMI disbanded, and therefore all the team points got culminated in here. So like Zidell has Baronet Tomboy, but we'll also have Xander when he races. And then we'll also have Grant Racing Inc. when they show up, and then we'll have Nathan. Bass race for DEI, and then you also have Brandon with Blazing Wheels. So a lot of different drivers in new places for this series, and I'm so excited because race number 2 is going to be at Auto Club, one of my personal favorites. Now, of course, we can't do power rankings. It's race 1 of the season at a plate track, so no power rankings here for Challenger, but they will be here for next week. Who do you think's gonna win? UK already locked his ticket to the playoffs, so who will be lucky number 2? Time will tell next week, next Tuesday. Until then, this has been your host, Private Patton, letting you all know, stay safe, have fun, and happy travels. Have a good one. Peace.